Today, we honored perhaps the greatest African-centered historians, scholar, Egyptologist of the 20th century, Dr. Anta Diope, who was born on this day, December 29, 1923. Here is an article that lays out just some of his major contributions towards our story of Africans and the world history. Those contributions to our story are monumental, to say the least. Anta Diope was a champion of African history, devoting his life and brilliant intellect to proving the critical role Black Egyptian people played in the developments of art and science, dispelling long-held ideas that Africans contributed nothing of importance to humanity. Diope held 5 doctorates in physics, African history, Egyptologist, linguistic, and anthropologist. And with these, he set the record straight on who the original people of Egypt actually were and their brilliant accomplishments. Diope was born on December 29, 1923. He was born in Senegal to an aristocrat Muslim family. His early education was at a traditional Islamic school. In 1946, at the age of 23, Diope left for Paris, where he would study physics at the famous Sorbonne. In 1953, he met Frederick Juliot Curie, the son-in-law of famed scientist Maria Curie, who ran the laboratory of nuclear chemistry of the College de France, where Diope had been studying nuclear physics. Diope translated Einstein's theory of relativity into Senegalese Wolof language. It was here and through his study that Diope will become a Pan-Africanist. Immensely himself in the studies of sociology, anthropology, philosophy, and Pan-Africanism thoughts. Through his study, he determined that ancient Egypt was founded and ruled by Black Africans, that the Egyptian language and culture still exists in modern Africa, and that Black Egypt was responsible for the rise of civilization throughout Africa and the Mediterranean, including Rome and Greece. Diope published his finding in his first book, Negro Nations and Culture, which immediately made him one of the most controversial historians of his time. Diope was active in African nationalist organization called Rassemblement Democratic Africa and served as General Secretary from 1950 to 1953. His slogan was national independence from Sahara to the Cape and from India Oceans to the Atlantic. The movement was dictated to purging the African consciousness of slavery and colonial thinking and acknowledgement, the African role in civilization. He organized and hosted the first Pan-African Student Conference and revealed his plans to restore Black consciousness through focusing on ancient Egypt. He returned to Senegal in 1960 to begin what will a lifelong pursuit of historic truth and political struggle. In 1962, Diope produced his second major work, Black Africa, the economic and cultural basis of federate state, in which he wrote the formation of a federate and unified Africa, culturally and otherwise, is the only way of Africa through becoming a power in the world that she should rightfully be. The work will serve as a manifesto for his political party, Le Bloc des Messas Sénégalais. The party with his call for consciousness was seen as a threat to President Léopold Sédar Senghor, who was Senegal's first president and the first African elected to the Académie Française. Diope was arrested and tortured. His political party in Senegal was banned for working against Senghor. Diope's works nearly lost, but his party and his supporters launched an anti-Senghor campaign. Senghor relented and released Diope, offering him a position in a new government. Diope refused the offer when Senghor refused to release all other political prisoners. This was a brief biography. Some of the contributions of say Anta Diope, a Pan-African, a nationalist, a true son of Mother Africa. Say Anta Diope, among the greatest African who lived and died.